Hello, everyone. Today I'm here with Kamsa Thephavong. He's the owner of KNG Digital
360.
360.
Yeah.
And today I'm just going to go ahead and ask him a few questions so you can get to know him and his business. Kamsa, tell us, what kind of work did you do before you started your company?
So basically, with my company, I always done pretty much everything. When I first started, my marketing agency, I always been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. I did
Mhm.
YouTube videos back in the day. We had over 200K followers, over 40 million plus views. I did my own stuff too. I had like over 20K, but then I started, stopped doing videos and stuff after college just because, I've been busy and working with other companies, marketing agencies, freelancing, all that stuff. But then I also been in the automotive industry. I managed Firestone, CarQuest, Advanced Auto Parts.
Mm.
Now I'm working for a dealership as a service advisor. But I'm always a busy guy. I also own four other businesses. But today I just want to talk mainly about my agency and how I started my company and everything. So I've done a lot with my marketing in general. I have tons
Mhm.
of experience. Started when I was in middle school, 2007, when I first started my YouTube videos and
Mm.
channel and all that stuff, and then it just grew from there. So it's been a journey, but I always talk about my real life. I always post on my social media. Pretty much everyone that follow my platforms, they know what I do and everything. I like to show people what I do as a company and also real life, like
Mhm.
how it's like growing a business. It's different for everyone, but for me, I enjoy doing what I do for my clients. So
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. I
yeah, it's
like
just a
that.
lot.
And then what made you want to start your company?
Basically, what made me start my company, I've been freelancing. I
Mhm.
My senior capstone project, my professor told me, what do I want to do after college? I told him, hey, I want to start my own marketing agency. I did an interview with Happy Medium with Caddy Patterson and all of them in my interviewing class, and I was like, no, this is something cool. I really want to do this. So my senior capstone project, I decided to do like a marketing agency. So
Mm.
I went to the Sugar Bowl, which was in Storm Lake, Iowa. I did a video and stuff with them. I did a lot when I was in college. I was part of wrestling. I did the TAC, which was an online newspaper. I was director of multimedia with a co-partner of mine. And then I did KBVU. I did that was the UCN studios. Like I did a lot of stuff at BVU, just
Mm.
getting in it. I also did SAB, which was the student activity board. So
Mhm.
I got familiar interviewing, random college students. Like I would talk to them. Like a lot of people knew how I was at
Yeah.
University just because it was a smaller campus,
Mm.
it was private and all that. But everybody knew what I did and all that. So it's funny because the president knew that I did YouTube videos and all that stuff when I did my application to be on Vista University, which was kind of funny though. But
Yeah.
on that, I learned a lot when I was in college, learning about how to interview people, taking all these media courses and everything. So it helps me a lot. And nowadays, being a business owner, meeting a lot of businesses every
Mhm.
day, I'm always constantly busy getting projects and all that stuff. So it's nice, but I'm still learning. Being a business owner, you're always constantly learning. That's
Oh
how it
yeah.
was like starting up the business, just in general.
Mhm. So how many years have you been in business for?
I've been in business officially since August of 2014, but I've been in LLC during, I would say, in 2021 when I became
Mhm.
an LLC. So my LLC's been about 5 6 years now. So
5 6 years.
it's still been good being an LLC, but doing a lot of freelancing. When I started the company in 2014, I was getting a lot of clients, but
Mhm.
I wanted to do more credibility. So when 2021 hit, I was like, you know what, screw this. It's COVID now. A lot of these business owners need the website marketing, everything, and a lot of people knew I did that stuff when I was at Advanced Auto Parts. They would see my Camaro, they would see,
Mhm.
my marketing stuff all over like the back of it. Like I always brand myself. I'm all about branding. I'm always like promoting my business everywhere I go, and that's why I have my KNG shirts and every like I want to show them this. This is my business. Like you gotta be proud of your business,
Oh
and you
yeah.
want to keep branding yourself. That's why I have a crazy wrap on my Camaro right now. It's just, I want to show people this is what I do as a company. Most of
Mhm.
the time when I go to car shows and everything, a lot of people always ask me, what do I do? Hey, I own a marketing agency. Now I have an A-frame that shows all my services that I provide. Before that, I didn't have that, but now I have that. So now when people go to look at my car, they're like, oh, this is everything he do for his company. So it's nice though, like, having a feeling of like branding yourself. That's
Mhm.
why I tell a lot of people, it's like, it's always good to brand yourself, just in
Definitely.
general.
Yeah, no, I like that. So you brand your vehicle and you go to these car shows and they
Hmm.
know what you're about. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I sponsor a lot of car shows. Like
Mm-hmm.
this year, I'm sponsoring like 5 or 10 now. I did Ice Cream Cruise. I did Lowdown. This year, I'm doing the night meet with Iowa Unstable and all that stuff. So they're a
Mm-hmm.
big car group. I love supporting cars. You know, I grew up around cars, things like that. So I'm very familiar in automotive industry. Being in the automotive industry for a decade now, it's
Mm-hmm.
doing everything from managing a store to parts to everything. Now being a service advisor, helping customers out. I know a lot in the car industry, so I have a lot of knowledge, and it's nice though, like to have
Mm-hmm.
knowledge in the industry, and then also get to. And the thing about all these car shows, I get tons of business because a lot of these car owners they own businesses or
Yeah.
they know people that own business because you spend a lot of money just to go to like car shows and decking like spending thousands and thousands of dollars just on making your car look nice and stuff just to
Mm-hmm.
get a reward. But on that, I really enjoy car shows just in general, and I get a lot of clients just from car shows alone, and also my Google. On all my platforms combined, I have over like 1,000 5-star reviews. So
That's
I'm almost
awesome.
all about getting the reviews. I
Yeah.
want credibility and everything for my clients just to show how good we are as an
Yeah.
agency.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then what kind of services do you provide?
Our main service is mostly website development,
Mm-hmm.
Google ads, Facebook ads, SEO, content management, videography, photography, printing. We're a full service digital marketing company.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to my website, we have a bunch of services. This year, I'm adding AI chatbot and
Mm.
business coaching. And then I'm also like I'm building a whole new website for us right now, so we'll be launching it pretty soon. And then we have everything on there. I'm very transparent with my pricing.
Mm.
A lot of agencies owners they aren't, but I already tell them this is how much you're paying, so they know what they're paying
Yeah.
rather than not second guessing like, hey, this is how much you're gonna pay. That I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna be upfront with you. Here's my marketing booklet. This is everything that we offer as an
Mm.
agency. So I'm always all about that throughout my life. Like I'm like real talk. So I always do like a lot of real talk stuff. Like, hey, this is how you build a successful business, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I grown 5 successful business because I'm always hustling. I'm always a hustler. So I like to network, meet business owners, and see
Yeah,
how they're doing, and how I could help them.
definitely like that. So, what sets you apart from other companies
I
that
think
do the
what
same
set
thing?
I think what sets me apart is that I'm very, my communication skill is like off the hook. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always communicating with all these clients. So you look at all my Google reviews, my different reviews, whatever. Everyone always say very good communication
Mm-hmm.
skill, and I'm always communicating. I just want to make sure the website's done on time. I gotta know what they want on the website, things like that. I like to make my client happy. If they're
Yeah.
not happy with something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in and fix it. Or if they're not happy with a price, I'm like, you know what, I might be able to make this work. So I work with all pricing range. I work
Mm-hmm.
with medium-sized corporations, small business, entrepreneurs, all types of people. As long as they need help on the website marketing, I'll offer it.
Yeah.
As long as they're willing to spend money. But if they're
Mm-hmm.
not willing to spend money, I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Before then, I used to do a lot of stuff for free. I
Mm-hmm.
did trial periods and all that stuff. I don't do any trial anymore just because I know what my worth is and I know my time. Because when I was
Yeah.
doing trials, like free trials, like 30 days or so with my company, I was wasting a lot of time and
Mm-hmm.
effort. And nowadays, like, we do very good work. So I'm like, as long as you pay me half up front or the full amount, I'm good to start your project. So I don't do anything nowadays until I actually get the payment from the client.
Mm. Okay. And do you mainly work around the area or?
So we service all 50 states
Okay.
internationals. So I serve pretty much everywhere. My main location is Wichita, Kansas. Des Moines, Iowa City, Fort Lauderdale, Dallas, Fort Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City, things like that. Like I have a lot of different locations which I have sales reps at,
Yeah.
and like they help sell my services, and then I have team leaders in those areas.
Mm.
They also own like their own company and stuff, but they also work through me because all my people are independent contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept it that way because my overhead is lower, and then I don't know where I'm going to settle yet. Once I know where I'm going to settle, that's when I'm going to do W-2. But I
Okay.
really like it. I always do a 37% split, so
Mm.
I keep it fair with my team members, and they make a lot of money. So as long as they're making money for my company, making the client happy, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then tell us here, how many websites have you built over the years so far?
I would say throughout my years, we built thousands of websites. I average about, I would say, 150 to 200 websites a year. But at the same time, we get a lot of website. Some websites are complex, some are simple.
Okay.
Simple website usually take us like a couple of days or so.
Yeah.
Complex website usually take us about 2 or 3 weeks.
Mhm.
More complex website maybe a month or two. You know,
Okay.
it just really varies on the complexity on the website.
Yeah.
So we get website that we could do it within a couple of days, or with a couple months minimum. I won't go over a 1 month for building a website. So as long as it's within a 1 month, a 1 to 2 month,
Yeah.
I'm happy. If it's over that, then I'm not happy about that, because I know if it's not done, I'm like, oh, we gotta get that done ASAP, because I like deadlines. That's the thing about being a marketing agency. Also, it's like I'm very fast paced in a big industry like that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I got to make sure everything's like all good and all, just in general.
You had mentioned pricing as well too, and you showed me the packaging, and
Yeah.
I think that's really nice as well too. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So with pricing and just in general, I like to be upfront on my costs. A lot of my clients spend about 10% of whatever they gross. Example, you're making about $40,000. Spend about 3,000, 4,000 a month, and that's marketing. That's everything all combined, not just doing it on Google Ads, Facebook, things like that. It's more marketing overall for your business. I tell a lot of clients, if 10% of whatever you gross, from there you got to get your return on investment. But most of the time you should be able to. And that's the thing about marketing just in general.
Yeah.
No matter what, you own a business, you got to market yourself. You're not going to market yourself, then, how are you going to get these clients or these people into your door?
Yeah.
Just in general. But like I tell them, 10% is always a good average, spending cost per month.
That's good. And then tell us what are some core values that guide you and your business?
I think the core values, just in general, it's all about believing in yourself. It's all about the hustle mentality. I always been a hustler. I always like to, when I was in high school, I hustled candy and stuff like that. So that's the thing. You always got to know what you're worth, and just do it. And that's why I tell a lot of people: you're gonna do something, do it. If you're not gonna do it, then try something else. And that's what it's like being a business owner. Like a lot of these businesses, if they don't know what they're doing, they kind of fail the first year. So as long as your first year in business is good, then you'll do good. So the first year is always the hardest for anybody in business.
Yeah.
But from there, it gets easier, just in general, because you're investing money into the equipment, payroll, things like that. So you don't know how much money you're making in the first month until like 2 to 3 years. Then you'll exactly know how much you'll be bringing in.
Okay, sounds good. Now, something a little personal here. Tell us, what do you like to do on your free time, or your favorite color?
I think my free time, I'm a gamer, so I
Yeah.
still play RuneScape, things like that. Some occasionally, but not too much. But like I gotta, focus on my clients right now, and then us having a baby soon, which is due on March 3rd. It's gonna be crazy, because I know I'm gonna have to get out of the agency for like maybe 2 or 3 months. But the nice thing about that is I have a team of 50, so
Yeah, there
my
you
team
go.
members, they're the one that's holding the agency while I'm taking care of the baby.
That's awesome.
But yeah, RuneScape has always been a big part of my life growing up. So I
Okay.
still try to go on there and play something. Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm playing Lost City, which is like an older game of RuneScape, but it's still RuneScape.
Okay, cool. And then, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is always green, so that's why I'm wearing
Green.
green
Yeah, I
today.
like green too.
I always like green. That's always been my favorite color. That's why I have on my Camaro too. It's green. So.
Nice. Okay. Now, what's an easy way for people to reach you?
The best way to reach me is always call me. Just call my
Okay.
316-300-3923, or just email me at my info@kgdigital360.com. Message me on Facebook. I'm all over social media, so the best way is just to call me. Just because I know with Messenger and everything, I get tons of messages daily. I get hundreds of messages, even on my email, from my business email. I check once a week. Like most of the time, I check like the morning and nighttime before I go to bed. So, but yeah, the best, just give me a call.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And that is today's community spotlight, guys. I highly encourage you to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, for sure, man. Now you guys know who drove that crazy looking Camaro around town.
Yeah.